Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge, sum of even numbers after queries. So in this question we are given with two arrays, one is nums array and another one is queries array. So the thing which we are required to do in this question is, you are given an integer array nums and an array queries where queries of I equals to val of I and index I. For each query I, first apply nums index I equals to nums of index I plus value of I, then print the sum of even values of num. So basically what they want to say is that first thing is that we need to check that what all numbers are there which are even, right? And then basically we will be adding up, let me directly take the example, it would be better. So here the thing is, see, we are given with this one, right? So when we take this first query, here index 1, value, and this is the index, right? So now we will see that corresponding to this index, basically at this, then we add up this value, right? So what answer we get? So at this particular point, we will be getting 1 plus 1 equals to 2, right? And this one is also even and this one is also even and the new one is also even. So at this particular point, we are basically required to give this as our answer. So here we are returning this. And then they say that at this particular index, that is at 1, we are required to add up this number. So now our new array earlier was this, right? 2, 2, 3 and then 4, right? Right. So here you can see that these two are even in nature, right? So that's why 2 plus 4 6. So we are having 6 as our answer. Then it says that at this index, we are basically required to add this particular number. So now our new array is like this, right? So we will be adding minus 4 towards this index. So now it will become minus 2, minus 1, 3 and 4. And all evens are these, right? So we will be basically adding them, right? So we get 2. So here 2 is our answer. Then 2, 3. Then it says at third index. Then 0, 1, 2, 3 is at this index. So our new is this, right? So we need to add 2 to our third index. So it will be, when we would be adding 2, right? So 2 plus 4 it would be 6. 3 as it is, minus 1 as it is, 2 as it is. Now we will be adding 6 and 2, so we will be getting our answer as 1 minute. Okay, yeah. Here when we did minus 4 and 2, so we got minus 2, right? So that's it. Yeah, so we'll get 4 as our answer. So here it is. So this is the thing which in the question they are saying us to do. But this thing only we can do other way around, and that will be much easier to perform upon. Let us check for the time constraints and the space, basically the constraint given in this question. So length of the nums array could be till 10 raised to power 4. That simply means that 10 raised to power 4 elements could be there. Then each element could go in this range. And query length could also be the same. Here nums and queries length and nums length, both of them could be in different manner, but at max it could reach 10 raised to power 4 and value could also be something like this. Are indices, these are between this only. Now from these constraints, what we can check? Here the thing is that two arrays are being given to us, and according to these two arrays we are required to devise the solution, right? So see, this is 10 raised to the power 4 if we go n square, and in this also if we go n square, basically let us say it as L square only. Although 10 raised to the power 4, but it could be different. But at worst scenario, this could be also n square. If we go something like this, then it would be in worst case scenario. So we are required to devise the solution with n plus n sort of solution. So that's the whole context here. Or even we could go, we would be using this also. So that's why n plus n solution should be there, not this particular solution. This should be there. So in that context, we are required to devise a solution. Now comes the part that should we go the way they have written to us? Means, see, the way they have written to us from this a brute force solution which comes to mind is that traverse this array, and how we are going to traverse is according to this. Means traverse this array again and again. Means first we will query this one, then we'll add that to that particular, and we will be getting a new nums, right? And then whatsoever, then we will be traversing this and checking that whatsoever equals to 0, means basically whatsoever is even, then that we will be adding to our answer, basically answer of I. That means at that particular index. So with traversing and again and again same array, that will cost us time. Means basically when we traverse n, suppose this is L times, then it will cost us L into n times, right? So that would be not efficient enough. So let us just change this particular solution. And when we change this particular solution, how we can change this? Let's see. First thing we can do is we can take sum of this on the basis whichever are a modulo by 2, means whatsoever, or whichever when we do AND with 1, then it gives us then it is not equals to 0. Basically that particular bit is not set when we AND with the 1. So first thing is check for even. Check for all even numbers and do sum of the same. This is the first step. Then the second step is that now we will go ahead with this queries queries array, and we will be checking that for this queries array, then we will be going to that particular index, right? And after going to that index, what we are required to do is we will be adding on that to that particular index, right? And then what we are required to do is, see, the thing is that we will be now traversing our array, and that array would be num, and we'll check if that particular is basically even, then we will be remove that from sum. That we will be doing means from this particular sum, and then we will be going to this particular and check that at this index, then we will be adding that right to this one, and then whatsoever would be there, then that we will be adding to our sum, and that should be added if and only if it is even. So this is the thing we will be doing here. So now this was all. Now let us go ahead for the code walkthrough for the same. Why it is not coming up? So here is the code for the same. So basically in the same, what we are doing is that thing only, that it is starting. If it is even, right, then we will add that up to our sum by taking each element from this nums array. And next thing we are required to do is this particular portion. So here what we are doing is we are taking value an index. As in this question only we were given that at this particular query we are given with the value and given with the index, so that we are taking. Now next thing which we are going to do is that, see here we have added then only when it was even, right? So that's why we will remove those even at that particular point, because when we got at that index, right? So we are removing that from the sum, and then we will add at that particular index with the new value which is being there, right? And then we will check that now is it even or not. If it is even, then only we will add that to sum, else we have already removed this at this particular moment, right? So when it's answer of I, we will be storing that particular sum, because at the end we require at that particular index, right? So that's why we will be doing it, and at the end after doing these operations we will be returning our answer. So if we do, I've already done the dry run for the same. So for this only we will be easily able to come up with a solution. So here you can see that the solution is basically order of n plus m, where n refers to the size of numbers, nums array, and this m refers to the size of queries which is being there, right? And you can clearly see that we are not using any extra space apart from this. This is basically for returning our answer. So that's why this is the time complexity, and the space complexity for the same is order of 1. So this was all for this particular solution. If you have any doubt, you could comment that down. And if you like the explanation, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and do share among your friends as well. So this was all for today. Thank you.